Welcome, welcome, welcome. Grab your cup of tea. We have got some Q&As that we are going to get through today. Welcome, my name is Nina Sachs. I am a yoga teacher trainer, and a yoga health coach. And we are going to be delving into a couple of questions that you guys have emailed me with regards to yoga retreat. And I thought I would cover them with you here. So first of all, thank you for watching the videos. Second of all, thank you for connecting with me and emailing me some questions. And instead of kind of like emailing back, I thought I'm actually just going to pop them all in a video and then pop and email you guys back the video link. So let's get straight to it. And the first one was, Nina, what venues do you use to run your yoga retreats? All right, so for those of you who know me, know that I am I am now based in Mozambique, but I'm from South Africa, and all the retreats, most of the retreats I host have been in South Africa, in Cape Town. I have done a couple in Tanzania when I lived in Tanzania. But let's chat about retreats and venues. And I'm the kind of person who I actually don't just have one venue that I use and go to. I love supporting and trying a whole lot of different venues. So I have used from like guest houses to hotels to retreat spaces to Airbnb rentals. Like, I just looked to see what it is that I'm needing for that retreat. Is it going to be like a small retreat? Is it going to be like a very exclusive high-end retreat? And depending on where I am positioning the retreat will depend on kind of like the venues that I can find and what venues are available. I definitely know, and this is really important for you guys if you are going to be delving into creating retreats, is knowing like who your target audience is. So I generally draw in a lot more people who are like in their 50s and their 60s, even 70s, who come to my retreats. So they want their own bedrooms and their ensuite bathrooms. They don't want to have to trudge across and somewhere to find an outdoor toilet or bathroom. They don't want to be in a place where there are a lot of people or sharing a room, bunk beds, dorm bed style, with a lot of people. Now, I'm not saying that 50, 60, 70-year-olds aren't willing to do that. I just know my audience, and I know that they aren't keen on that very much. So that has a big impact on where I can find a venue and what venues I use. Also, I'm not big into cooking. Like, I love to hang out and spend time with the people at the retreat. So I don't want to be stuck in a kitchen cooking. And so for me, catering is essential. And it's really important that someone does the catering on the retreats for me, because I don't have the capacity or the desire or actually the knowledge and the skills on how to cater. But you might love catering. Maybe part of it is actually creating food. Like, I know Marlene, who has Somerset Gift, like that is a big part of her retreats, where people come into a kitchen and everyone does meals together, and learning and educating that way. So if that's the case, that is very different. You need a very different venue than what I've had. And pretty much all you need to do is like go on a Google search, speak to people, speak to yoga teachers who've done retreats, and find out like what venue they've used, what they didn't use, what they liked. When we got a guest house, and it was just like a small group of us right at the beginning when I started my teachers retreats for just my studio and our teachers, and we were maybe like 6. I just got a lovely guest house on a golf estate in Robertson, I remember. And we were paired up, and each kind of like pair was in charge of a meal. And so they organized beforehand, they brought what they needed. Some had also like pre-cooked certain meals or aspects of it. And then it became again, much more of a communal retreat. And it wasn't very much like this high-end story. So again, you can find a venue that works for you and your needs. All you got to do is search out there. And there are so many venues close to Cape Town, in Cape Town, just outside of Cape Town, depending on if you want to do like just a weekend retreat or like a 5-day retreat or a 7-day, like I don't know, detox out there. There are so many great options. So just go and have a look. There is no one favorite that I use or that I have used or that I can recommend. I just use what I need and find at that particular time. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that was insightful. And again, just try and find something that like meets your expectations. All right. So the second, oh, and for those of you who actually have retreat venues, pop it in the comments below, won't you? Because it's so nice for people who eventually do catch this recording to actually see what options are out there. And I really don't mind. So pop your retreat venue in the comments with your website link, and then people can go ahead and check that out. You're more than welcome to do that. All right. Number two, I love this one. You go on about collaboration. Do I really have to collaborate to host my first retreat? And I'm like, you don't have to do anything, sweetheart. You can do what you want. I just know that for me, collaborating was so much easier. Not having a great headache, but that's all okay. All right. So what was actually very, very, very helpful for me to do was to do a couple of like personality tests and to figure out like where my personality is. Now, I am a big supporter. I'm like a big defender. I am in that realm. Like if you do the disc profile or if you do the 16 personality test, there's so many tests out there that you can do. Just grab like 2 or 3 and they'll probably just reaffirm your personality style. And what is really helpful about that is that you then know and you like reaffirmed what your strengths are. And then you actually also know what your weaknesses are and what you maybe need to support you if you're going to be running a retreat. So maybe you don't need to collaborate with a whole load of other teachers like I enjoy doing, but I'm a supporter. I love supporting people and kind of like organizing and being that person. But maybe you're not. Maybe you just need one other person who has the skills that you don't have so that you guys can be nicely balanced. And Ayurveda, we always talk about bringing ourselves to that balance point. So for example, if you are very high in Vata, you probably need someone who's going to be able to ground you. And so you probably need someone who's maybe like high in Kapha and Pitta, maybe to like ground and like get the focus. And the person who's like down and grounded in Kapha, they may need like that inspiration and the creativity of like the Vata person. So find that person that will bring you into balance. And that is where I do enjoy like the personality test, because that can help you in the business sense realize like what it is that is lacking and what you need, and also where your strengths are. Like my strengths, like I was saying, very strong in that supporter role. And so because I'm strong in that support role and I love it, like I really love it. That's why I love health coaching, because I'm like, okay, what's the issue? Okay, let's figure it out. Let's make this work. Strength. And so that's why I go on about collaborating with regards to yoga retreats. And I might just be one other person that can help balance you. Or if you're like me and you're a big supporter and you actually just love creating community and like abundance for everyone, then go ahead and collaborate with more. But no, you don't have to collaborate. You can do it all yourself. But as a beginner teacher, I always think, it is a lot of work and a lot of time and energy. So if you know about that and you're mindful about that, it's like going into a house renovation. You're like, the builder says, it's going to take 4 weeks. And you think, okay, 4 weeks of this rubble and mess and dust. And then 8 weeks into it, you're realizing we're still going. And so that's pretty much what it looks like when you set up your yoga retreat. You think it's just going to be this amount of work. And then when you get to it, it ends up being this. So if you have other people who can help share the load, it just becomes a lot more enjoyable en route. But go ahead, test it out, see what works for you. All right. And then the final question that came up, if this is helpful, please do give this a thumbs up. It just helps others who are like you find this channel. And it does mean the world to me. I would love your support. All right. So third question. If I host a workshop around my theme, won't people feel like they don't need to go on my retreat? Very good question. So interesting one. Generally, I find that the people who go and book a retreat are actually quite different to the people who go to workshops. They might be similar, but they're actually quite different. Like the retreat person really wants to like retreat themselves and get away for a couple of days. And sometimes the person who goes to the workshop just doesn't have the capacity, the ability, or the funds or the means to go on a retreat, but they actually just want to enjoy a little bit more than just a yoga class and maybe have the ability, like on a weekend, to do like a 2-hour workshop. Or maybe they can do like a half day, kind of like teaser day. What happens is when you do these kind of like teaser days or teaser workshops, you just start creating a feel as to what your retreat will be about. And so then those who are maybe already booked on your retreat are kind of like reaffirmed, like, yes, this is great. This is what I'm wanting to do. And maybe they'll bring along a friend to that workshop who was maybe thinking of coming to the retreat, but like umming and ahhing because they don't really know you. So having these little workshops where people can come to, and it's just like that touch point where they can spend a bit more time with you, get to know you, and then hopefully from there it opens up the idea that actually, you know what, a retreat isn't too scary. Actually, it could be a lot of fun. Oh, if this is what we're doing in the workshop, then I can go to this. I don't have to be like an expert yogi to go on a yoga retreat. Like I can be a beginner. And this yoga teacher is supporting me on that. So when you do these little teaser days and workshops, I find that they are very much supportive of your retreat. And also it gives the person an ability who maybe can't come to that retreat just to spend a little bit more time with you and enjoy and be able to do that. I don't find that all of a sudden, if you have these and if you structure them well and right, and you're giving good value in the workshops, and you're like, we're going to be doing this and more on the retreat. We're now going to be delving into like, you know, the next aspect of this workshop. So it's kind of like a little teaser. It's like a trailer to a movie. And that's what you want these workshops to be. You don't want to do the whole retreat in one of these workshops. You're just giving a little teaser. You're doing a trailer, kind of like to what the retreat is going to be all about. And that's the best way I can explain it. And again, it is. It's like you're going to watch a trailer and you're like, either I want to watch that movie or I don't. Oh, I didn't think I was actually going to enjoy that, but wow, actually I do. And you know what? That friend or my husband or whatnot, I think they're really going to enjoy this as well. Oh, there's another teaser. Yeah, come watch this trailer. Come join this yoga little workshop. Let me know what you think. You like it as well? Cool. Let's both go and book on this retreat. And that's what those like little teaser days are about. And that's why I always suggest like maybe do 3 or 4. Because someone will come to one and they'll be like, oh, wow, I think Mandy would really enjoy this. Let's actually both go to next month's one. And you start building and they get to know you. And again, you're building that vibe and that community. And then all of a sudden, like you have 5 of the same people and they're like, oh, you're going to the retreat as well. Cool. Let's carpool. And then kind of like, the final one before, you've got like the 5 people already coming to retreat. There may be 3 more. They weren't planning on the retreat, but they're just hearing how excited everyone is and they have FOMO and they don't want to miss out. And they then also book. And that's how you then grow your numbers to building that yoga retreat. All right. I have gone on long and hard enough with regard to these 3 Q&As. Thank you so much for emailing them through. You're welcome to ask me any questions and I'll gladly do videos like this in future as well. And if you have any more retreat thoughts, ideas or comments, please do leave them below. And you're welcome to grab my details about my yoga health coaching in the descriptions. If you're keen to be like, you know what, Nina, I like your energy. I want you to support me. I know I need a little bit of guidance on kicking these bad habits and implementing some new ones, like getting into some hot water. Can you support me? Just go check out exactly how we can connect below, and I'd love to guide you on your journey. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy your cup of tea and chat to you soon. Bye.